Is your xTool M2 not printing correctly? Are the colors coming out faded, or maybe one color isn't printing at all? In this video, I'm going to show you the what I like to call so simple, it is stupid fix for getting your ink module printing again. All right, here we go.
All right, so once you have xTool Studio set and you are seeing the preview of your screen, what you're going to do is you can find the inkjet settings under device settings. So that's this little gear looking tool at the top. Now, they are hidden down here in accessory information. And if you're wondering like, okay, but I don't see anything. The problem here is that the inkjet module is considered an accessory. So if you don't have that not only installed, but also connected with that little cord, you are not going to see anything here. As soon as you connect that cord, you are going to get a whole lot of more options, including printing a nozzle check. This time when we go to accessories, the inkjet module has been connected and you can see all of the information. There's actually a lot of information here, including how much ink you actually have left. Now, if you want to do a nozzle check, which is what you're going to use to check to make sure that all of the CMYK nozzles are firing, this is where you're going to do it. This is literally, I like how they call it here a status check, because that's what it is. So let's click start, and it's going to guide us through how we are going to do a nozzle check. We need paper and tape. I'm going to tell you, I don't use tape. I'm just going to use paper. Okay. Now, I need to get my piece of paper and put it smack in the middle. Make sure it's not covering any of these other marks that are in the base plate of your machine. Okay, and now I'm just going to click Start Detection. So at this point, the printer is going to print a nozzle check. So I need to go over to the machine to start that process by pressing the power button on the front. Now you need to go back to the machine and pull out the paper and then compare it to what you were looking at. Now I am going to tell you, it's going to look like through that orange top, it's going to look like yellow hasn't printed. You need to look very closely at your printer or your printed sheet to make sure that it has printed.
If your test print nozzle check came out looking like this, you are good to go. But if you are missing a bunch of nozzles, if one color didn't print, if the lines are shaky or wavy or anything else, then you need to do another test. And that tool is going to be also in those accessory settings.
Now you are at this point where you need to figure out how to do the ink injection test, which is going to show you what is going on. Now, this is so simple, it's stupid. I don't know how else to put it. Basically, it's telling you that how to do it. Okay, but before we even get there, I just want you to look over here. After completing the test, examine the paper. Ensure it's printing clear. Oh, and if it's not, take a piece of tissue paper and wipe it. Wipe it. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, I have an office full of printers. I have changed print heads. I have cartridges. I have bottles. I have all kinds of different ink systems. This one uses a cartridge, CMYK cartridge, and you just wipe it. There is no clean, there is no deep clean, there is no injecting any type of like fluid. No, you're just gonna wipe it. Okay. All right. I guess before we start wiping, we are going to do the ink module test. So first thing is you need to remove the cap from the ink module. Now this is typically done automatically when you are using the CMYK print module, but you do need to do it manually for this process. Then you're just going to place a piece of paper in the middle of the base plate. Now I'm going to tell you, this paper can already have other printing on it, because what happens is it prints this little tiny thing, like it's not even an inch long. So it's this whole process is very humorous to me. Okay, and then once you've got that, you're just going to click test. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for to have this here, all for printing vibrantly. If you've got your print comes out, or it's not even your print, again, your ink dispense came out and it's like faded, or you're missing sections like this over here, it doesn't have to just be on yellow, that is where you are going to take the next very complex step of wiping the ink module. Okay, so here is how mine did the ink injection. Now you can see I'm using a piece of paper that I've already done it on twice. One came out perfect, one came out without any yellow. So I'm going to show you what it does this time. And this is all it is. It literally is just injecting ink, so that's why it doesn't take hardly any time. Now, when we look at this closely, what you're going to see is that there is only black, magenta, and blue. I am still missing that yellow, and that is where if you are not printing correctly, or colors are not coming out correctly, sorry, this is a little bit out of focus, this is what is going to confirm that. So what do? This is where we go and we wipe it. So let's see if that actually works. Okay, I'm just going to wipe right there, right on the print head, and I can see yellow is on my little piece of tissue. Okay, so now I'm going to reinstall this, and then I'm going to do another inkjet injection. And I did, all you can see there, sorry, again, this is out of focus. I just turned my paper. I'm using the same paper again. So then I'm going to go back to the software and tell it to test again. Okay, so here we go. This one's, I'm doing vertical. You can see the rest of them. I had turned my paper so they're all horizontal, so you can be able to tell which one it is. This one, I can even see from here that the yellow has printed. So as silly as that fix is, it does actually work. Here's a close-up so you can see and you can compare the one that I just printed. Again, I apologize. My camera does not want to stay in focus. There it is, the yellow. And the one to the top right there does not have the yellow. So that fix does work.
Also, if you are looking for one-on-one same-day support for your xTool, your other lasers, your software, different things like that, I offer all of that through Silhouette U. We have a whole section on laser engraving, but you do get access to the full site when you join. Link to that in the description below, along with a discount code for when you join. See you guys.